Date: October 6, 2021. Location: California, United States. Event: a team of researchers stumbles upon a cryptic chamber filled with photographs and clues, contributing to the revelation of the identity of one of the most notorious killers of the 20th century, or so they claim. Welcome back, my friends, to another episode delving into the world of killers and mysterious cases. Yet, this particular murderer continues to elude investigators from the moment the chamber was discovered until this very day. Dear friends, what you're about to hear regarding the protagonist of today's episode will undoubtedly seize your complete attention. His tale and crimes have sparked widespread debate. He mocked the forces of law and order, and his secret remains shrouded in mystery to this day. The Zodiac Killer haunted the public in the 1960s, and the police enigma persists to this day. I won't say more. Let's, my friends, unravel the complete story. Take a deep breath and brace yourselves. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with our latest content. You can further support the channel on Patreon through the link in the description box, enabling us to continue bringing you exciting and fresh content. Your support makes a significant difference for us. Zodiac Killer. Step into the chilling world of the Zodiac Killer. A notorious serial murderer who terrorized Northern California in the tumultuous 60s. This enigmatic criminal case, classified as one of the most mysterious, remains unresolved to this day, serving as a wellspring of inspiration for numerous best-selling books and blockbuster films bearing the name of this infamous slayer. The investigations surrounding this elusive killer have taken myriad twists and turns, ensnaring numerous suspects without unveiling the truth. In this episode, we will delve into the most captivating aspects of these investigations, but before we do, let's journey back in time to the 1960s and uncover the heinous crimes committed by this enigmatic assailant. According to police reports, the Zodiac Killer committed 5 confirmed crimes and sent cryptic messages to both law enforcement and newspapers. Among these messages, 4 were encrypted, with only one successfully deciphered. In these communications, he claims responsibility for the deaths of 37 individuals, though this has yet to be corroborated by the authorities. Stay tuned as we unravel the details of some of these chilling crimes. Lake Herman crime. Embarking on a journey back to the chilling night of December 20th, 1968, we delve into the horrifying Lake Herman attack, a night that forever altered the lives of 2 innocent souls. Arthur Faraday, a 17-year-old young man, and Betty Lou Jensen, a 16-year-old girl, were the unsuspecting victims of this gruesome crime. Their intended destination was a high school Christmas party, but fate had other plans when they decided to make a stop at precisely 10:15 p.m. on a gravel road near Lake Herman, an area infamous for lovers. The clock struck 11, and their lifeless bodies were discovered by Stella Borges, a resident in proximity to the crime scene. Authorities launched an investigation into the incident, but answers remained elusive. Renowned true crime author Robert Gray Smith, whose work inspired the famous film Zodiac, proposed a scenario for the crime. Smith speculated that another car had pulled up alongside the victim's car before 11 p.m. The assailant, having exited his vehicle, instructed the young couple to step out. The girl complied first, but the Zodiac fired a fatal shot to the young man's head before he could exit. Subsequently, he unleashed 5 bullets on the fleeing girl from behind, her lifeless body found 8 meters from the car. The killer calmly returned to his car and vanished into the night, leaving behind a perplexing mystery that continues to haunt the annals of true crime history. Blue Rock Springs crime. Dread filled the midnight air on the fateful eve of July 4, 1969, as Michael Mago, a 19-year-old, and Darlene Ferrin, a 20-year-old, strolled through Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo, California. Their car idled in the park, a seemingly innocent stop to spend some leisurely time together. Little did they know, another car decided to pull up next to them, the driver's intentions quickly shifting. 10 minutes later, the car returned, halting behind the unsuspecting couple. The driver emerged, holding a flashlight in one hand and a pistol in the other. Approaching the car, the assailant directed the beam of light into the victim's eyes before abruptly firing 5 shots without warning. Both the young man and the girl fell victim to the bullets, with some rounds piercing the young man and reaching the girl. The assailant then casually retreated from the scene. "Hold on, my friends, the horror doesn't end here." A cry emanated from the victims, drawing the Zodiac back to the crime scene. The young man, writhing in pain from his wounds, faced an unimaginable fate. The killer, without mercy, fired 2 more shots into each victim before calmly boarding his car and making a swift getaway. The girl succumbed to her injuries in the hospital, while miraculously, the young man survived despite the fatal wounds to his face, neck, and chest. On July 5, at precisely 12:40 a.m., Vallejo police received a call from a man claiming responsibility for this heinous crime. Astonishingly, he also confessed to being the perpetrator of the previous crime, which occurred approximately 6 months before this one. Of course, the police traced the call, leading them to a payphone at a gas station just 500 meters from Darlene's residence and a few meters from the police station. The surviving young man provided a description of the criminal to the police, although the bright light shining on his face prevented a complete identification. But did the killer stop there? Of course not. The Baresa Lake crime. It was the 17th of September in 1969 when Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, 2 students from Pacific Union College, decided to take a stroll along the shores of Baresa Lake. Little did they know that their leisurely day would take a chilling turn. As they enjoyed the picturesque surroundings, a man approached them, a white man, standing at around 6 feet tall, weighing approximately 7 to 9 kilograms. According to one of the survivors, this mysterious figure wore a black hooded sweatshirt, large sunglasses concealing his eyes, and a necklace with a pendant depicting a circle inside which was a cross. Brandishing a handgun, the man informed them that he was an escapee from Deer Lodge Prison in Montana. Claiming to have killed a guard and stolen multiple cars on his journey, he now sought their vehicle and money to escape to Mexico. The man produced a piece of cloth, instructing the girl, Cecilia, to tie up Brian before he restrained her as well. Initially, Brian thought it was a mere robbery, but the enigmatic man escalated the situation by brandishing a knife. He mercilessly stabbed Brian 6 times and Cecilia 10 times. Leaving the young couple to their fate, the criminal continued on his way, reaching their car. Placing his necklace on the car door, he left a haunting message beneath it. Vallejo. The 20th of December, 68. The 7th of April, 69. September 27, 69 at 6:30. By knife. A clear reference to past crimes and the latest horrifying act. At 7:49 p.m., the local police received a call from the killer, confessing to his new double crime. The phone was found in a car wash near the police station, 43 kilometers away from the crime scene. Fingerprints were lifted, but none matched police records. Meanwhile, a father and son out hunting heard cries for help. Following the sounds, they discovered the gruesome scene. The surviving victim, Cecilia, was still able to speak, providing the police with a detailed description of the assailant before being rushed to the hospital. Unfortunately, Cecilia slipped into a coma and passed away 2 days later. Brian, the young man who narrowly escaped the attack, recounted the harrowing tale to the authorities and later to the media. The Baresa Lake crime, a tragic and horrifying chapter etched in the annals of crime history. Lake Baresa crime. The authorities attribute the latest crime to the notorious Zodiac Killer, a chilling chapter unfolding on October 11, 1969. Unlike his previous crimes, this time the victims were not a couple but a taxi driver named Paul Stein. As Paul went about his usual duties, a white man hailed him and requested a ride to a specific location. The driver deviated from the assigned route for an unknown reason, prompting the mysterious passenger to fire a single shot to the driver's head, leaving him lifeless. The assailant seized the victim's wallet, car keys, and tore a piece of the blood-stained shirt for reasons unknown. Why? You will find out later, my friends. The crime took place around 9:55 p.m., witnessed by 3 teenagers who promptly contacted the police to report what they saw. 2 on-duty officers claimed to have spotted a white man near the crime scene entering a house, matching the description provided by the teenagers. So, why wasn't he pursued and apprehended? The answer lies in the officers' account, as they revealed to the press that the police radio had issued a lookout for a black suspect. This racial miscommunication led the officers to disregard the white man, unaware of the teenager's story until it was too late. Zodiac himself later mentioned in one of his letters that he did indeed converse with the officers after killing the driver, escaping their recognition. Initially deemed a robbery-turned-murder, authorities later revised their assessment after October 13 of the same year. How? This is where the role of newspapers and the letters sent by Zodiac to publicize his crimes comes into play. Recall the details of the last crime well to understand how it became intricately linked to the name of the Zodiac Killer. Zodiac letters. Alright, my friends. Most criminal minds seek notoriety through their heinous deeds, and Zodiac is no exception to this rule. In addition to the letters he sent, detailing his crimes, he also sent encrypted messages that captivated puzzle and mystery enthusiasts. The first of these messages came after his second crime on August 1, 1969. On that date, 3 letters were sent to the Times-Herald, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner. These letters explicitly confessed Zodiac's responsibility for the 2 crimes. Of course, his letters also contained special codes in which Zodiac claimed to reveal his true identity. The killer also demanded that the newspapers print his letters on their front pages or else he would continue killing people throughout the week, culminating in numerous deaths by the weekend. At this point, the killer had not yet chosen a name for himself. The infamous name Zodiac surfaced in a letter he sent to the San Francisco Examiner on August 7 of the same year. In this letter, Zodiac provided additional details about the crimes unknown to the police or the public, confirming his involvement. He reiterated in this letter that the key to solving the puzzle of his identity lies in deciphering the codes he sent in the previous letter. The day after, Donald and Hardin decoded the first cipher in this encrypted message. The killer mentioned that he kills humans because it's thrilling and provides him with an intense excitement. He also claimed to know that he would enter heaven after death, gathering slaves to serve him in the afterlife, slaves being the victims he killed. Strange, isn't it, my friends? However, he didn't disclose any names in the coded message. The killer simply stated that he wouldn't reveal his identity to keep the process of collecting slaves uninterrupted. Alright, my friends, do you remember the last murder committed by Zodiac against a taxi driver? As mentioned earlier, the police dismissed the possibility of it being Zodiac's work, considering it a robbery-turned-murder. This angered Zodiac, prompting him to send a strongly worded letter to the San Francisco Chronicle on October 13, 1969, confirming that he was the perpetrator of the latest murder. To emphasize his claim, he sent a piece of the driver's blood-stained shirt. The same newspaper received another letter from Zodiac with another piece of the victim's shirt. In this letter, the killer threatened with a terrifying and gruesome act, the killing of schoolchildren riding the bus. The threat was as follows: just shoot out the front tire and then pick off the kiddies as they come bouncing out. Terrifying, isn't it, my friends? On November 8, 1969, Zodiac sent another encrypted letter to local newspapers containing 340 ciphers. These ciphers remained unsolved until December 5, 2020, more than 50 years later. They were deciphered by American software engineer David Iranchak, Australian mathematician Sam Blake, and Belgian programmer Joel van Eyck. Zodiac denies being the person, Sam, who claimed to be the Zodiac Killer and informed the press about his fear of the gas chamber, the method of execution used at that time. Zodiac stated in his encrypted letter that he wasn't afraid of the gas chamber because it would send him to heaven quickly. He claimed to have collected enough slaves to serve him there, making his afterlife easier than others who have nothing in the afterlife. Truly bizarre. Of course, many postcards and other letters were sent to newspapers, most bearing Zodiac's signature cross inside a circle. Some of these letters contained bomb threats, while others, when deciphered by experts, revealed coordinates for 2 crime scenes he committed. Numerous crimes, strange letters, and a criminal boasting of killing 37 people, while the police linked him to only 5. Thus, a comprehensive and serious investigation is necessary. What do you think happened, my friends? Stay with us to find out together. Investigations and theories. The investigations commenced with the first crime and continued with subsequent ones. However, despite interrogating over 2,500 individuals, no satisfactory answers were reached. Among the prominent suspects was Arthur Allen, a schoolteacher facing allegations of child molestation. One of the key proponents of this theory was the renowned Zodiac author, Robert Graysmith. The investigations into Arthur began on October 6, 1969, and he was repeatedly summoned for questioning for over 20 years. This was fueled by accounts from several of his friends who informed the police about his constant talk of wanting to kill people and his frequent use of the name Zodiac. Arthur was arrested in 1974 on charges of molesting a 12-year-old child and spent 2 years in prison after confessing to the crime. Numerous pieces of evidence circled around Arthur, be it his behavior or the hardships he faced in the military or at school. One significant clue was discovered by the police during a search of Arthur's residence in 1991. They found a typewriter that was specifically used for printing letters. One of the letters sent by Zodiac to the police was typed using a similar type of typewriter. But that's not all. Arthur always wore a Zodiac brand wristwatch. Moreover, his proximity to one of the victims' homes and the location of one of the murder scenes further strengthened this possibility. However, the final answer came in 2002 when the San Francisco police conducted a DNA test on the stamps attached to Zodiac's letters, comparing them with Arthur's preserved DNA. The results showed no resemblance or even proximity. Handwriting expert Lloyd Cunningham confirmed, after studying hundreds of Arthur's writings, that there was absolutely no similarity between Zodiac's letters and Arthur's writings. The man who passed away in 1992 was finally removed from the list of suspects. Is he the Zodiac? The investigations persisted, and the case remained unsolved until October 6, 2021. That's when the case breakers, a team of 40 individuals comprising investigators, former police officers, and others, made a startling announcement. They claimed to have uncovered the true identity of the Zodiac. The team informed the media that the Zodiac is none other than Gary Francis Porst, a former United States Air Force soldier. This revelation came after years of study and research, initiated by a report from one of Porst's relatives. The report, sent to the San Francisco Chronicle, alleged that Porst was the Zodiac and had attempted to kill the informant with a hammer. In the same newspaper, there was a corroborating account from Porst's son's wife, named Michelle Wynn, confirming Porst as the Zodiac. She revealed that she had left her husband in California to escape the man's threats on her life. Following various leads, the team headed to Persists' former residence, where he passed away in 2018. Inside, they discovered a dark room containing pictures and encrypted messages from the infamous serial killer. Remember those 3 teenage friends and the sketch they provided to the police? Well, my friends, listen closely. The case-breakers found pictures of the so-called Persists with scars on his forehead closely resembling those depicted in the killer's 1960s composite sketch. Moreover, the 4 letters of his name bear a significant connection to the deciphering of Zodiac's encrypted messages sent to newspapers. The team asserts that they successfully removed Persists' full name from the ciphers used by the notorious killer. The case-breakers firmly believe that Zodiac, or Persists as they claim, committed crimes before 1968, a date or crime documented by the police. They closely link the murder of college student Sherry Jo Bates in 1966 to the Zodiac Killer. They are fully convinced that the killer remained active until the 1980s, committing numerous unsolved crimes. However, my friends, what is the police's stance on this discovery, in your opinion? The FBI, and behind them, the San Francisco Police Department, did not consider this finding seriously. They dismissed it as mere speculation. The main reason being that the suspect had passed away, rendering him uninterrogatable, and no final answer could be obtained. Ultimately, the authorities declared that the case of the Zodiac Killer remains open and without a conclusive resolution. So, my friends, this is what we have in our pockets regarding the Zodiac Killer, the elusive serial murderer who terrorized entire cities and remained a mysterious secret to this day. Much like many criminals such as Jack the Ripper and D.B. Cooper, whose paths continue to be a source of numerous questions. And what about you, my friends? What do you think of the investigations and theories? Who is the Zodiac Killer? Is it the eccentric schoolteacher, or the former soldier? Why did he commit these crimes? Does the reason, claiming that it's for entertainment and gathering slaves to serve him in heaven, convince you? Is it plausible that the human mind, plagued by brutality and crime, can reach such a level of intelligence and cunning that it renders all police efforts helpless? Or is there another secret that shrouds this puzzle and these unsolved crimes? With all the advancements in forensic and medical sciences, do you believe scientists and researchers will one day decode the Zodiac ciphers? And who among the anonymous history's killers does he resemble? Stay tuned for your opinions and comments on this matter. Take care, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Support the channel on Patreon, details in the description box. Because your support makes a difference, allowing us to continue bringing you exciting and new content. Stay tuned for more very soon.